But we just didn't really consider the tools we've got.
Who have we got?
What are you watching?
No, so do we. Everyone.
Let's go with last Shanty first off.
Yeah, okay.
Go with last Shanty first. Let's go with last Shanty first and leave it. Save them soloing.
I thought, as we were going through the first wave of the pandemic, that we would be hit by a sort of actually a lot of noise.
I think let's do it without two because she listens to the straight today.
Pressure not coming to the school.
Let's go live.
I'd say half of it.
No, I think they know.
Actually, pressure not coming to the situation.
Should we pull that mic out a little bit closer?
Yeah. Yeah, just trying to take it left too much, otherwise then it will kick me out.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as I've been. I work with cams as well. Although numbers went up, it wasn't as big as I thought. I guess a lot of people in a lot of schools, to me, that's the crucial thing that got wrong.
Should we do some comments with you as well?
I think do it separately. I don't think you'll be able to end up talking to them in that mic because that mic comes through into here. But if you feel like you can do, or just reply to them.
Yeah, no, I just meant, like, for instance, like, and Ben's, like this, they might want to know this.
Yeah, we could read them out if we get some, but maybe save them up.
So you want that mic to go through there?
Yeah.
So I need to pan it to the right.
Yeah, let's try that. I think it won't work, but let's try it.
No, it's not that much.
Six. Five. Right, Andy. Evening all. Evening all. Evening every single one of you. So inevitably, we need to do some kind of chat about how this is going to work. Is that all right? We'll keep it brief. It'll just be, 45 minutes or so, and then we can go on with some singing. All right. The first thing I would say is we've got Charlie here, and she is going to be taking some pictures for a couple of reasons. Really, one, to celebrate the fact that we're able to meet again safely and responsibly, and also to prove to People's Health Trust that we're going to meet again. So I'd say keep your masks on for a moment. We'll tell you when we can take them off, but also we want to show that we are being responsible and wearing masks or face coverings. So Charlie's going to take some pictures. We will just send them to People's Health Trust, okay? So thank you very much, firstly, for coming along. Really good to see everyone. I'm going to take my face mask off now. Keep yours on, won't you? The reason I can is one of our control measures is to have these perspex screens here, okay? And so, and the science behind that is to stop aerosol mass. Should there be any aerosol mass in me that you don't want in or near you, okay? So I'm taking my mask off now. There's a few kind of big things about our risk assessment and our control measures that mean we are allowed to meet, or we've decided that we're happy to go ahead and meet. Two of the big ones, really, based on guidance but not guidelines from DCMS, Department of Culture, Media and Sports, and essentially the government, is that we can do so if we're in a COVID secure venue, which we are. We can do so if we have a venue large enough to socially distance enough people, if we only had a very small village hall that could fit 2 people in when they're 2 or 3 meters apart, there'd be no point in being able to meet. The other is that we have to well ventilate, hence why we said please bring a coat or a jumper if you feel like you want to. And part of that ventilation part of the ventilation rule is that we sing for 30 minutes. Once we start singing, we'll put a timer on, we'll sing for 30 minutes, we'll have a break, okay? The other big thing, and 2 or 3 weeks ago, choirs up and down the country that had decided to restart were plunged into chaos, really, because Oliver Dowden sent out a tweet saying that choirs were no longer exempt from the rule of 6. Where am I going with this? I'm not going to be political because we're live streaming. But the decision at that point was that, or the clarity that came out of that from his own department and government and Musicians Union and the Association of British Choral Directors and Making Music Matters UK, all confirmed that choirs could go ahead and restart as they planned to, but they must not mingle. Okay, they must not mingle. If they could not meet without mingling, they weren't allowed to meet. We decided that we could meet without mingling, and that does not mean, now you've been talking to each other for 20 minutes, half an hour, or however long, that does not mean we've broken the law, okay? You can talk to each other, but we cannot mingle. When we have a break, we can move about. We don't have to stay sat in our seat all for the whole session, but we do need to observe social distancing. When we have a break, we need to pop the masks back on, okay? Now, the situation we've got ourselves in terms of where we're sat is based on the risk assessment that Paul and I have conducted, which is based on 1 meter width and 3 meter distance back to front, okay? And that is, our thought behind that means that we can take our masks off when we sing, but we do need to be quite strict and only sing facing forward, okay? So, I mean, obviously, this is a big learning curve. It's going to be for everyone. We're on the first day of it. What we absolutely don't want, as I'm sure you know, is we don't want anyone to kind of learn. You've got to catch yourself all the time. I can't touch my eyes. I can't touch my nose. I can't turn when I'm singing. We'll learn how to do this, but we certainly don't want this atmosphere where you feel like you're in trouble if you accidentally do something. And we certainly don't want someone to say, well, it was all right, but Barry kept turning, or Barry kept doing, so we don't want that. So I think that's it. You will have all read, or we will have emailed you or posted you a copy of the control measures and the risk assessment. Okay. Just be familiar with it as we continue to meet. If anything changes, that means we can't meet, we'll obviously let you know, but we don't need to labor the control measures every single time, but you do need to be kind of fairly familiar with them, please. There's certain ones which we will remind you of each time. So you come and take one of these seats. There's certain ones that we will remind you of each time. In particular, if you have any of the 4 symptoms of COVID, which are on our sign there, you would need to exclude yourself. So hopefully you would have done that already. If following a rehearsal, you find that you have symptoms from COVID, or you are contacted separately by Track and Trace to say you need to isolate yourselves, let Paul or I know as soon as possible. Okay. What else? Yeah, this will be our seating plan as we move forward. We've got 8 seats on the stage here. So as we said before, if you would prefer a seat on the stage, or you struggle to get up the steps, let us know and we can obviously reserve you one, okay? Or we open from 7, start at 7:30. You've got 30 minutes to come and choose one. This works perfectly, actually, so everybody, I'm sure, is completely on it. But when you come into a row, would you take the seat that's furthest that way, so that nobody has to cross past you, okay? And then I guess one other bit of clarity around that is, if you're coming within a bubble, as a couple or a family or friends, and you're within each other's bubbles, please do still stick to the seating, okay? So don't think, well, I can mix with this person and they're within my bubble, so I'll sit next to them. Just sit, please, according to the seats that we've laid out. I mean, I think that's roughly it. I would also point out that Paul and I are in the same bubble, and that's why we're in this kind of space, and we will mix over with each other. I think that's all we need to kind of go on about. The control measures are a lot more comprehensive than that, but I don't want to go on too much. I'd like to get us singing, if that's all right. As Paul said, and I'm going to let him remind us, actually.
You need to remind me what I'm reminding you.
Oh, no, I won't then.
Before we go straight into singing, could we just say hello from some people that are joining us on the live stream? Some you'll know, some you won't, but they've become part of our extended community, I think, over lockdown. So good evening, everyone, from Claire Louise Langley, and hi, everyone. Looking forward to this, says Linda Boyce. Chris Collins says, good evening, found you. Wendy Duncan says, hello, everyone. And Anne Benz says, hello, Rogues. Best wishes to all. She can't be with us tonight, but she's there online. And Chris Collins, we've said hello to already. Jackie Draper, whoever that is. She says, evening all.
She says, party at our house now.
Yeah. It's all kicking off at the Draper household right now. Hello to Jackie. Thank you for joining us online. Steve Fingleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she knows, actually. I said something cheeky into the mic, but I won't tell you what. Steve Fingleton says hello. And who else? Gillian Lamprey, lovely Gillian. She says, good evening, everyone. Monica Manning says, happy singing, everyone. And Wendy McRoberts says, have a great time, all of you. I'm listening. It sounds ominous, doesn't it?
Yeah. So let's sing a song. We did kind of say to avoid having physical touch points that we pass around, which is a potential transmission of virus, should it be with anyone or on any surfaces, we've asked you to print where you can at home. Okay, so all the lyrics that we are likely to cover are on the website. We did get a warning from a couple of people that they couldn't print, which is fine. We did want a warning, but I know that not everyone can give that. I'm going to put on a glove to pass them around. So Carly and Kathy, I've got yours, and Maureen, I think, wants a copy, but would anyone else need a copy of some? You did, yeah? Helen, yeah? And Chloe, yeah? And Sue, right, okay. I might not have enough in that case. Yeah, thank you. So we will get into the groove with this, I know, but we are not generally bringing the 3,000 copies of each song that we used to. So in future, let us know, even if it's a couple of hours beforehand. Let us know if you need copies of anything or you can't print at home. You did actually, Helen, I know. Thank you. So we are going to do first the last shanty. Keep your masks on for now, please. And I'm going to let Paul talk to the people at home.
So in the meantime, what we might do is, because we're timing for 30 minutes maximum of singing, if we do the singing first, and then we might remind ourselves about the context and the historical, cultural significance of some of the songs en masse at the end. Number 3, the last shanty is number 3. We're singing it first, and it's the third one, but it's the last one. So anybody watching at home tonight, you will not find How You Heard It, Boy. You will not find our Suffolk word or phrase. We'll be doing that next week when we're just doing a general shanty session live stream.
Okay, so let's stand if you want to, or you can stay sat, but we can take our masks off to sing. From Andy's lead.
1 second, I'll come back until I've got my glasses on.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, me father often told me when I was just a lad, a sailor's life was very hard, the food was always bad. But now I've joined the Navy, I'm aboard a man of war, and now I've found a sailor ain't a sailor anymore. Don't hold on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be a loss. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor ain't a sailor anymore. The Killick of a mess, he says we've had it so. It wasn't like this in his day when he was up aloft. We like our bunks and sleeping bags, but what's a hammock for? swinging from the deck, head or lying on the floor. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be the last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Well, they gave us an engine that first went up and down. Then with more technology, the engine went around. We know a steam and diesel, but what's a mania for? A stoker ain't a stoker with a shovel anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Well, they gave us a load of slam so we could do it right. They gave us a radio, we signal day and night. We know our codes and ciphers, but what's a semaphore? A bunting toss a doesn't toss a bunting anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. 2 cans of beer a day, that's your bleeding lot. Now we get an extra one because they've stopped the tot. So we'll put on our civic clothes and find a pub ashore. A sailor still a sailor, just like he was before. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor, sailor. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Yeah. Have a seat, it's lovely. What was I going to say? We're lovely.
First
really
of all, yeah, that's the first time we've sung together since the 3rd of March, some 7 months ago. So wonderfully well done. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. I think we're just going to move on, actually. We're going to move on. Yeah, it is, yeah. I can't. No, let's... Can we do... if we did a song that had a few soloists in, would people be up for that? Or are you like, let me check if I'm a soloist before I answer that. Yeah. Blood Red Roses, number 20.
20.
Which would be Rosemary, Sal, John, Kev, and Barry. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Or Elvis, as we now
yeah.
We said, well, I think we'll have to call you Elvis now. And that.
Yeah, Elvis Draper.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, who would need lyrics for that, by the way? We good?
3.
Number 20, perfect. So let's go for it. And including me and Paul, I think, a reminder that the final chorus we hold for an extra 2 beats. Oh, you pinks and posies, yeah? So we do a double chorus at the end, the very last one, we hold for an extra 2 beats. Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, don't go down. Okay, so boots and clothes, there's the pitch. We know the tempo. Let's stand.
You told me when you said that.
Yeah. Our boots and clothes is all in pawn. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. It's bleeding drafty round Cape Horn. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, go down. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, go down. My dear old mother wrote to me, go down, you blood red roses, go down. Oh, Sunday sun, come home from sea. Go down, you blood red roses, go down.
Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, go down. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, go down. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, go down. Girls are waiting right ahead. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. A long strong bull should shift the dead. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, go down. You've got your advance to see you'll go down, you blood red roses, go down. To chase the whales through the frost and snow, go down, you blood red roses, go down. Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, go down. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Go down, you blood red roses, go down. Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, go down. One more time. Oh, you pinks and posies, go down, you blood red roses, go down.
Lovely. Sit down. Yeah, very nice. Okay, lovely. So, good soloists. Soloists haven't soloed for, I presume, 7 months.
Not working as well as it did.
Well, it's probably a good moment to just to mention some vocal health, actually, and good practices. It has been a long time since we sang together, and for a lot of us, that means it's been a long time since we sang sort of at all in public. So do take time to just to check yourself. We're unable to provide refreshments tonight, so hopefully anybody that needs a drink brought one. It's a very good idea to keep yourself lubricated and hydrated, indeed.
Libated.
Yeah. With that in mind, even if you're going to stay seated throughout tonight, just make sure you keep your shoulders sort of not stiff and pulled down, but just draw them back a little bit to observe some good posture, even seated posture, so that we're not putting any undue pressure on the voice tonight. It may feel when we get home that we've had a little bit of a strain, but ideally we want to try and eliminate all of that as much as possible.
Can I come in there actually, because as we suspected, and as I know from one of my other choirs that has restarted, you don't sing for 7 months, and obviously it's not like you don't use your voice at all. You still talk, but when you start singing again, especially coming into autumn and bad weather, you start to kind of bring some dust and bits and pieces up. That's really just the vocal cords getting used to vibrating at the speed that they need to sing. But you might go a bit. So don't think, I've got COVID, okay? Remember the symptoms for COVID, okay? If you have the symptoms for COVID, after you go away, let us know. But if you've just got a dry, tickly cough, not a continuous cough, if you've just got a dry, tickly cough that happens for 20 minutes after the rehearsal, but not after that, that's not to be confused with it, and that is to be expected. Same as if we were used to running 10 miles a week and then we stopped for 7 or 8 months, and then we went out expected to run 10 miles again. We'd have to build ourselves back up to it. Okay.
Our blisters are symptoms.
Yeah, super glue or
Vocal
plasters,
blisters.
I reckon, Andy.
Yeah. In the meantime, we're getting a lot of encouragement. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to keep on top of this because it does mean that anybody that wasn't able to come tonight, whether it's because there were no spaces left or if it's because they're still shielding, they're just not ready to come back, it does make sure that they are still part of our group tonight. So Chris Collins says, sounding great. Linda Boyce says, brilliant. Claire Louise Langley, well done, guys. Like this song. Sheila Youngman says, I'm joining in here in Kessingland.
Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Sheila. Hazel Rumble says, great to see you. Teresa Spriggs said, love this one. Who else? Yes. Gillian Lamprey says, sounding good. And Steve Fingleton says, all sounding great. We are enjoying it here. Thanks. Which is lovely.
Okay, we are going to do Sally Brown, one of the new songs that we introduced through lockdown, so we have not yet sung it together. It's number 62. As I said earlier, I think we've only got maybe like 5 copies of each. You might have one, Carly and Kathy, already in that envelope. But if anybody needs one, let me know, and I hope that we will have enough to go round. If not, you can very passively learn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, so we might. I'm going to go for the back forward. We'll run out.
Did you say Sally Brown? Did you say Sally Brown?
Yes, yes. Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you do, we just would need to make a.
So we're going to go for a new
song
tonight called Sally Brown.
They can pick the ones they use.
Trialing this one on our live stream. Just to see what I say. We're going to teach this one to chorus and get a more ensemble sound.
Sorry, yeah.
Once again, we're unable to display lyrics, but this will be number 62. As I said, it's Sally Brown. It's a great old-fashioned shanty. Work song tradition.
So I'm gonna we're gonna play the old drum tar on this because Andy's gonna put his mask on, and I'm gonna keep mine on. Paul's gonna sing it. Have you got a mask, Andy? Yeah, of course you have.
Can you please put it on?
Yeah. Do you wanna play this one? Sally Brown.
Sally Brown.
Yeah.
So you want to...
On the guitar then.
Oh, you want it on the
then.
guitar?
Yeah.
So where the mask get closer.
Oh, see, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
I think more words were required.
We're having a slight drummer malfunction.
Lockdown's not done much for my comprehension.
We're having a mama drow function. Who would like a quick tutorial of this? Yeah, we'll give you one. Let's give you one verse and a chorus, and then we'll all stand. Okay, so you see it, Paul.
Oh, Sally Brown, she's a nice young lady. We roll and go, and we roll all night, and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Oh, Sally Brown.
Have we got it? Good. Let's stand.
Should be aware that first verse has just 2 lines, the same as the third verse. The other 3 verses have 4 lines each.
And just for people at home, myself and Andy, we're keeping our masks on so we can play together. Paul's singing.
Would you like to play together, these 2?
3, 4. Oh, Sally Brown, she's a nice young lady. We roll and go, and we roll all night, and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. 2, 3, 4. Oh, Sally Brown, she's a little cracker. We roll and go. Drink stock rum and she chews tobacco. We roll and go, and we roll all night, and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. 2, 3, 4. Well, a father likes a tarry sailor. We roll and go, and we roll all night, and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. 2, 3, 4. Ah, Sally Brown, she likes a good scrumpy. We roll and go, she likes a bit of bumpy. We roll and go, and we roll all night, and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. 2, 3, 4. Oh, Sally down, she's a fine young lady. We roll and go, and we roll all night, and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. 2, 3, 4, and we roll all night, and we roll all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown.
Lovely. Everyone okay with that? Well,
That's okay. We're still getting to grips with it. As it's been a long time since we learned something new altogether like this. But this is the 62nd time we've done this, learning something new. So although it's been 7 months sabbatical from it, we will get back into the swing and remember how we sing as a group. Anne Benz, lovely Anne, says, so pleased to be singing along with you. I wasn't expecting this. Thank you. It's great. Very clear sound and reception. Feels like I am there with you, Anne, which is lovely. Of course, we wish she was here, but it's the next best thing. So thank you very much, Anne, for tuning in. I should also say that I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but we're being joined by the Royal Orient Theatre in Woodbridge. Ooh, I thought you'd say you, which is nice. And I wonder if they're on the scout for a new act to come and perform at a season. Who knows? Well, we're certainly up for it, aren't we? I knew Kev would be. Yeah. So thank you, Royal Orient Theatre, for joining us tonight. They gave us 3 rounds of applause.
lovely. So I think we've just got time for one more. We're about 26 minutes in. We can have 30 minutes of singing, and then we turn over our ventilation. So we have a short break. You can either stay where you are, pop to the loo, or move around while observing social distancing and popping your mask back on during that break.
Thanks for singing.
Oh, we've actually, right, okay. No, we got a bit longer, actually. Ignore me. Could we do number 10, Windy Old Weather? Windy Old Weather. Would anyone need a copy? Lovely. So I think we got to put some solos on this as well. Kev, John, Sally, Barry, Kathy, Bev, and Jean. So that'll be Kathy, unless Carly would like to join you, and maybe Chloe too. I'll leave you to argue that out. And then all of us on the last verse, okay? Yeah, I'm up. No, Kev, up jump to herring. John is round comes a place. Sally, round comes a mackerel. Barry, up jumps a slip sole. Kathy, up rears a conger. Oh, I think what these fishies, all of us. Is that okay? 6, 8, 8. Let's stand. As we were a-fishing up Haysborough line, shooting and hauling and trawling all night in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. In this windy old weather, stormy old weather, when the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. In this windy old weather, stormy old weather, when the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. In this windy old weather, stormy old weather, when the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. In this windy old weather, stormy old weather, when the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together.
together. When the wind blows, we all pull
Everybody, all together.
I think what these fishes was saying was right. We'll haul up our gear now and steer for the light in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together.
Very nicely done. Another shout out for our soloists, doing really, really well tonight. Thank you very much. Nice and clear. And yeah, good to have you all back.
Yeah. We zipped through the kind of the welcome and the control measures and safety measures and everything. Is there any questions that anyone has? How does this work? Why are we doing this? Is this over precautious? Is this not precautious enough?
How long will it last?
Yeah. Any questions? You can't be seen, by the way, if you want to ask questions and you feel like it's a silly one. Firstly, it's not, but also people can hear us, but they can't see you.
Don't throw your voices.
Yeah. No questions? No, good. Okay, well, so, I mean, we'll continue doing this unless there's a local lockdown or it's decided that choirs can't meet. You know, we're continuing under non-professional performing arts guidance, and as we said, and as they know, so I can certainly say it on going out onto the internet. There's absolutely been a huge amount of confusion coming out of DCMS as Musicians Union and Making Music UK and the Association of British Choral Directors, the three big music unions, were announcing that it was safe for choirs to meet if they can do so without mingling and with social distance in place. Oliver Dowden himself sent a tweet out saying choirs are not exempt from the rule of six, which would have put a kibosh on the whole thing. So at the same time as he was saying one thing, his department had said to the big unions something the exact opposite. So obviously through the whole thing, you know, there's been 3 or 4 big announcements over the last 6 weeks or so, which have meant, oh, does that mean we can? Let's have a look at all the guidance, not guidelines. Let's have a look at all the guidance and see and sort of wade through it. And it's been a bit of an up and down. Yes, we can. Oh, does that mean we can't? What about that condition? And so on. And a lot of other choirs are also meeting, and we believe that with the control measures we've put in place, it's safe to do so. However, it could all change. You know, as you know, the thing is moving quite quickly, and or there could be a separate local lockdown, in which case we would have to not meet, and we'll obviously communicate that with everyone. It could be that if I don't know, if things change or there's a vaccine found, we can reduce our social distancing a little bit. I don't know, but we're going to, for now, the idea is that we will book in another session after this, at least one more, and then hopefully another one, and so on. Sandra, yeah.
Are we going to be the same group every time?
No, I think
Not
that's a good. That is a really good point. And I also want to take that opportunity to say thank you to the our committee. I think everyone knows who they are, but they helped us. We met with them, seems like a long time ago now, and I guess it was several weeks back, to trial out something and to think about, oh, what do we need to do? What measures do we need to put in place? How will this work? And when we actually get here, what do we need to do to make sure that we can meet safely? So thank you to them. But someone there raised the point, well, if we can only have 24 people, which we can, what if 25 people want to come and the 25th person can't get online to book? I don't think our bookings are going to go that quick. However, if we suddenly feel that people are not able to book that would like to come along, then we will have to put some kind of priority in place so that those who've come along to one rehearsal maybe get a second priority or second refusal at.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah,
we'll do our best to do that as fairly as possible within the confines of being human. But it's a good point. And the other thing is, bear in mind that we've added extra rows onto the stage here in order to get more people in within the safe distance. We would remind you, obviously, this is the most accessible part of this room. So anybody that has a slight mobility issue or for whatever reason feels the need to stay on the ground level, bear that in mind. If that's not you, also bear that in mind and take a seat up in the heights, as it were. But these seats are ideal for anybody that would struggle to find their way up those stairs.
We fairly quickly, the 24 spaces were booked. However, a couple of people said, I know I can't make it. Someone yesterday, and so Kev had put his name down as a, if anyone cancels, can I take it? So we let Kev in, and then someone else cancelled today, and we offered that space out, and maybe only a few hours ago. So it might have got taken, but it hasn't been. So we've got one spare space, which indicates, I guess, that I think when people see everyone here and they know that we've met and that we've put precautions in place, etc., they might be more encouraged to come along, possibly. And then we may have to think about what we do. I don't know. But equally, we weren't intending to also live stream this. We sort of checked out the internet situation here, and it didn't seem like it was possible. We'll go and check the quality of this when we get back, and Ben says it sounds okay. So it might be that those people who aren't quite sure about coming back yet, very happy to join us from home if we can continue doing this. Or it might be that already I know a couple of people said, well, look, if I've been to a session, I don't mind saying I'll miss the next one so someone else can have a go. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I suspect we will fairly soon, actually.
Just one last thing on that point. If you book a space and you can't make it, it's not a problem. But as soon as you know that, let us know so we can free it up if anybody's been left out, left behind. It's really not a problem at all. But as soon as you know, give us some warning so we can make it available. But we really need to rush on
or just keep in touch, because someone contacted us today, say, I don't feel very well. I don't think it's anything like that, but I feel like I probably will give up my space for someone. And I said, well, actually, someone else has given up a space, and we don't know if we haven't got a waiting list now. And they said, well, can I let you know nearer the time? We said, yeah. If we did have a waiting list, we might have to say, no, we sort of need to know so we can let the next person know if they're now available. But just keep in touch. If you feel like I don't want to drive tonight because it's chucking it down, or I've got a headache, or I've got symptoms. If you've got symptoms, you need to exclude yourself and stay away. But if it's something else, you don't feel very well, just keep in touch and let us know.
Right, we've just got time to sing this song to you. It's a new song for our repertoire, but it's one that we've already had in the live streams if you've come across it. It's one of our own, written by Kevin, very well, and a few people have requested it tonight, saying they can't wait to sing it as an ensemble and put some more voices in, and I think it's going to be great. We'll sing it to you. If you're ready to sing along with us, that's great. If not, we'll teach it in a bit more depth after the break.
Who needs copies? This is 64, Call of the Sea.
I don't think we've got time.
No, should we just sing it to you?
Yeah, we've got 1 minute.
Okay, all right. We'll give out copies afterwards because we're going to do it twice. But for now, we'll just sing it to you. If you do have a copy, you're welcome to sing along, but stay sat for this, won't you? The handiwork of Kev, as we say.
Since I was a nipper and fed upon a kipper, I've always wished to go to sea. There was nothing on land for what I had planned, but the sea could set me free. Could set me free, could set me free. I've always wished to go to sea. Watching boats set sail, hearing every mariner's tale, I dreamt of adventure with glee. So at the age of 13, I sailed for country and queen, voyaging by royal decree. By royal decree, royal decree, I dreamt of adventure with glee. With adventures aplenty, I had seen the world by 20, causing land lovers jealousy. And I was not caught with a girl in every port, never brought down upon one knee. Upon one knee, never on one knee, causing landlubbers jealousy. Now wherever I roam, I can call it my home, but I know it's only temporary. As my mistress, the ocean, has provoked every emotion, she will always be the one for me. The one for me, she's the one for me, but I know it's only temporary.
And the idea of that one is that we'll do it a bit faster as well, but we did it slow just so you could have a good listen.
Yeah, that's why we did it.
That's why we did it slow. What are we on for time now? We are okay. So we part of the thing about the ventilation is that we sing for up to 30 minutes, and then we turn over the ventilation, which means if we want to, we move around. So if you need to pop to the loo, if you want to go outside, move around, you can do. If you're talking to anyone, we do it with social distancing and masks, please, unless you are exempt from wearing a mask, which is fine. Okay.
So I'll take the opportunity to say thank you to People's Health Trust for funding us still. You'll see the logos for People's Health Trust over here, and the Health Country East here. They fund us through
Stephen?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh!
The black box stage, right here, and this is the stage of
It looks like an fish tank.
I never thought there'd be a time in my hands jogging around the whole of my name.
If you would consider share, if you're enjoying tonight's performance, largely performance, and you think there might be people on your friends list, your friends and family, on Facebook, or even perhaps on your profile on YouTube, why not invite them by clicking share and you can see what it is that they do here. That would help us greatly by increasing our engagement and our reach into new people. Please do share. I wonder if you can hear me now. Hopefully you can. There's an awful lot of people who said can't hear you, which is a shame because previously people have been saying they could hear just right. Pam Stone, well sung everyone, glad to be able to listen. And Jackie Draper said the quality is excellent, that's very good. Sheila Youngman says working well, sound and vision good. Pam Stone says sound is good. Great song, well done, Kevin. Thank you, Gillian. I'll pass it on to Kevin. Hi, Gillian, says Stephen. In the meantime, then I managed to turn my mic off, and Sheila said, "Can't hear you." So thank you for letting us know. Been looking forward to this evening and enjoying it immensely, says Chris Collins. That's lovely to know. Thank you very much. And Linda Boy says, "That's better," referring to my mic. And Chris Collins says, "Can hear you." Good. And Ben says, "Thank you, boys. Wasn't expecting this. Enjoyed immensely. Looking forward to next week." So yes, just to clue everybody in, next week, we will be back to our live stream Shanty Sessions. That'll be episode number 31 or 3030. But for tonight, we are bringing you virtually backstage for a Rogues Shanty Chorus practice session, and we'll be meeting every fortnight, we think. Fingers crossed. But then in between, we'll be back to our live stream sessions so that people can still enjoy those, if enjoy is the right word. So I'm just going to go back to this poster and say, if you wanted to buy tickets to come and see Stephen and myself as part of Full House Productions at the Seagull Theatre in Pakefield, Lowestoft, then you can get your tickets by phoning the box office on 01502 589 726, or you could look up their website. It's the Seagull Theatre. You'll find it via Google, and book your tickets that way. If you're available on Remembrance Sunday, please do get your tickets and come and join us. In the meantime, I think I was probably quieting for my little plug for People's Health Trust, where we just say thank you very much to them for funding us through the Active Communities Programme. They've been funding us through lockdown. They've been funding us for the year prior to that, and they're still funding us, so we're very grateful to them. Thank you very much.
Are you right, Kev?
We're going to take a short break, and then we'll pop back to you
14 tracks.
as soon as we're ready to sing some more. We've taken a little break to allow people a chance to visit the toilet and just have a little break from singing, because
That was one I already sent you.
Yeah.
because it's been some time since they sang together, and a lot of people haven't been
But like
singing in public
Yeah.
for obvious reasons.
So that one's more, as I said.
So we're just taking a short break for that reason. And also it allows the air to circulate in here, and it also allows me the chance to remind
But again, let's just
everybody, everybody inside our auditorium, that is, the need to socially distance. But I looked up and everybody was socially distant anyway, so that's good. Steve Fingleton says, "How does it feel for you guys to be back on stage?" Great, you've managed it. Well done. Well, thank you, Steve. It's through some quite exhaustive risk assessments just to make sure that we're doing everything right and by the book and according to the governmental guidelines. We managed to rope in the help of our committee group, the pilot group as we call them, just to make sure that they agreed with the measures that we were taking, and made sure that they were enough and long enough just to keep people feeling safe and secure and confident in
The
being able
seagulls
to
are
sing with us.
recalling as we go to sea and trawling, when we cast our nets for hauling, trawling 1,000 miles from home. In the Arctic Circle we must roam. And then it just goes right, you know, it's just that little chorus bit is the bit that's hooked in my head. So the seagulls are recalling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So hopefully.
Cool. I think we're going to chat to you actually, because although we can't book in a performance with the chorus, we wondered about seeing if you'd be interested in doing like a three-hander with Paul and I. Doing some stories, and then we could make some more songs out. Because I think a lot of the chorus would like to see something like that, but it'd give us a chance to. We could bill it as the chorus, but without the chorus, and it'd give us a chance to.
And then I don't know if you've ever heard of this one, The Tales of the Wavering.
You only
Where
through
Paul
you,
does,
yeah.
So that was like a bit of a verse, and then I just thought, wow, I could make some of that. And then the one I told you about, I strangely haven't included. So there maybe is another song in it, which is about stone clackers.
Oh yes, yeah. Let me grab a glass and I'll take those if I may.
Yes, Weary Old Bones,
Yeah.
We're our bones, just got to break up more bones. Got to try and break up these stones. So yeah, enjoy.
Super. Thank you
No
very
worries,
much. I might go through the back for this. Log in from the back. You do one.
Yeah. Or we could ask if they'd mind us.
Well, it's only back to their heads, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean, flicking it in.
No, I'll do it. You can cut into both then. Or one or the other, but keep your audio on. Let me log in now, actually, because...
Thanks for sending me all the paperwork through.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, bless it. Yeah.
I can always find somewhere to get something to eat. I was joking, but you'd be very welcome to join us. Yeah, we went to Pizza Hut. I know.
We really think there's something to be made of these. I'm going to bring my fishing line. I'm going to try and catch. You know what I've done?
Yes.
Put the hat. That's right, that's. That's a compliment on that.
Okay, we're ready to go, and we're gonna go back to that song very shortly, "Call of the Sea." But before we do, we been asked if we could see some of the Rogues singing along. Does anybody object if Stephen was to take some video? No? If nobody's, that's good. Fine, thank you very much. So in order to do that, we'll move on to Molly Mork, and then we'll come back to Call of the Sea. So Molly Mork is number 24. Is there anybody that needs a copy? Wonderful, Molly Mork. So for everybody that's joining in at home, this is Molly Mork, all about the superstitions regarding a particular type of bird that the sailors would view as the carrier of souls lost at sea. 24. Here we go. Oh, the Southern Ocean is a lonely place where the storms are many and the shelter's scarce. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. On the restless waters and the troubling sky, there you'll see that Molly Mork wheel and fly. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. Won't you ride the wind and go, I'd see, but ride the wind and go, Molly Mork. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. See the Molly Mork riding on his wide white wings, and Lord, what a lonesome song he sings. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. And he's got no compass and he's got no gear, and there's none can tell you how the Molly Mork steer. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. Won't you ride the wind and go, I'd see, but ride the wind and go, Molly Mork. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. He's a ghost of a sailor man, so I've heard say, whose body sank and his soul flew away. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. And he's got no haven and he's got no home, bound forevermore to wheel and roam. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. Won't you ride the wind and go, I'd see, but ride the wind and go, Molly Mork. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. Let's bring it down. When I get too weary for to sail no more, let my bones sink better far away from shore. Down upon the Southern Ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn.
You can cast me loose and leave me drifting free, and I'll keep that big bird company. Down upon the southern ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. Won't you ride the wind and go, white seabird? Ride the wind and go, Molly Moore. Down upon the southern ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. Won't you ride the wind and go, white seabird? Ride the wind and go, Molly Moore. Down upon the southern ocean, sailing down below Cape Horn. Wonderfully done. Thank you, everyone. That were right nice.
Beautiful.
Good, good. Okay, so Call of the Sea, back to that, number 64. Anybody struggle to hear that when we went through it? No? So, yes, it's a nice piece, and it should be easy enough to sort of get the feel of it. There's no recurring chorus like there are on some of the shanties. This one has a fresh chorus for each verse, but obviously the tune's the same. We were thinking in time as well, we'd put in a call and repeat to it. So if we take the first chorus, could set me free, set me free, could set me free, could set me free. I've always wished to go to sea. But actually, I think we're still due. Did we get the lyrics out?
Yeah.
Or is anybody still waiting for a set of... Yeah, you are. Okay. 1 second. Okay, keep your hand up and I'll finish you with one.
So, Steve, how are we doing the repeat on that?
Yeah. You can either do the call or the repeat.
So let's just sing it through together for now, till we're more familiar with it, and then we'll start to a bit faster. One, two, three. Since I was a nipper and fed upon a kipper, I've always wished to go to sea. There was nothing on land for what I had planned, but the sea could set me free. Could set me free, set me free. I've always wished to go to sea. Then take a break. One, two, three, four. Watching boats set sail, hearing every mariner's tale, I dreamt of adventures with glee. So at the age of 13, I sailed for country and queen. Great poetry, by royal decree. By royal decree, royal decree. I dreamt of adventure with glee. Adventures aplenty, I had seen the world by 20, chasing landlubbers' jealousy. And I was not caught with a girl in every port, never brought down upon one knee. upon one knee, never on one knee, causing landlubbers jealousy. One, two, three. Now wherever I roam, I can call it my home, but I know it's only temporary. As my mistress, the ocean, has provoked every emotion, she will always be the one for me. The one for me, the one for me. But I know it's only temporary. Oh, I see. Stop. Yeah, we still have to learn it ourselves yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Any problems for anybody that we can address or just pick up? If anybody needs to hear a little bit of tune in more detail or anything?
Can I be really quickly?
Yeah?
And ask voyaging 4 by will
Yeah.
It's just voyaging by.
No, it's voyaging 4 by, isn't it?
Voyaging by will or
No, voyaging by road.
yes.
So without 4. Okay. Yeah. Voyaging by royal decree. Voyaging by royal decree. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so cross that through. Sorry, little typo there. Anything else at all? No? Good.
Well, we did have a request to do Mingulay Boat Song. And I think was it Sandra? Or someone asked for it, saying if John would be up for it. So no pressure, John.
I think that might have been Janet.
No, maybe it was John who asked. Yeah. John, would you be up for that, or would you like a little bit of warning? 47, am I right in saying? Yeah,
Yes.
47. 47. Would anyone need a copy?
So just a reminder that the first verse is started by John. The gents sing. Sorry, the first chorus is started by John. Then the first verse is sung by the gents, and then I believe the ladies join in with the next chorus and then sing the next verse on their own. Wives are waiting, and still join in with the chorus following that, and then the final verse goes back to the gents. Ships returning heavy laden, with one final chorus by everybody. Does that make sense? Yeah, Carol. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yeah, and Martha. Wives are waiting by the pier head is the verse that the women sing alone, but join in with the chorus and hum for the other verses. Is that right? Good. Okay, so when everyone's ready, let's stand up. John will kick us off. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, boys, let her go, boys, heave her head round to the weather. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to meet you late.
What care we though white the minches? What care we for the wind and weather, when we know that every inch is closer homeward to Mingulay? Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys, heave her head round to the weather. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingulay.
Waiting by the pier head, gazing Rising seaward from the heather, keep her head round, and we'll anchor ere the sun sets on Mingley.
Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys. Heave her head round to the weather. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mingley. Ships returning, heavy laden, mothers hauling, bent a crying. We'll return, boys, when the sun sets. We'll return home to Mingley. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys. Leave her head round to the weather. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mingley. Just the gents, that line. Sailing homeward to Mingley. Once more from John.
Sailing homeward to Mingley.
I see, remembered. Yeah, well done.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay. Thank you, John. And thank you, Rosemary, for the request. Could we do My Son John, 33. My Son John. So, a reminder. Let's have a reminder. It's been a while, hasn't it? Ladies, verse 1. Men, verse 2. Me, verse 3. Men, verse 4. Ladies, verse 5. But we'll start with the chorus. It's okay?
Just before we do, I'm just going to bring the outside people back in again. Steve Fingleton says, great little theatre in reference to the Orion, the Royal Orion in Woodbridge, and flattery will get us everywhere, Steve. So thank you very much for saying that. Chris Collins says, loved that song. And Linda Boyce says, been singing Mingley all day. And now all night as well. Jade Lazarus says, Mingley is one of my favourites. And one of ours too as well, Jade. Thank you. Bill Lyman says, it's nice to watch you people working like this. Probably got his feet up at home, I'd imagine.
Working.
Yeah. Chris Collins says, go girls, go. 3 rounds of applause. John did a fair bit of work in that as well. Hasten to add. Monica Manning, same. Lovely, ladies. I know. No, thank you, Monica. Gillian Lamprey says, loving it. And then Monica says, hi, Jill. And then Jill says, hi, Monica. And anyway, Linda Boyce finishes off by saying, fabulous rendition. Thank you to you all. Thank you, Linda.
But it's a good point. It's a good point to make that. I know that often when we do a song, that was lovely, or there was a certain bit that was lovely, or the ladies did a nice bit here, or the gents did a nice bit here. And I know that people think, he's just saying that. He's just saying that. But even when this mic is obscured by the perspex, it's probably very nice for our members back at home, Monica, Gillian, and Ben's, to hear that we're actually telling the truth. So on that ladies verse, you obviously came through really nicely, and they loved it. So have a listen when you get back, because it'll be on watch again, and you can think, oh, well, either he was lying, we're rubbish, or he probably wasn't. We do sound great. So, okay. Anyway, My Son John, we'll start with a chorus, okay? Chorus. 1, 2, 3, with me, roo-rum-rah. Battle little dog, whack. Battle little with me, roo-rum-rah. Ladies go first. 4.
Everybody, 1, 2, 3, with me, roo-rum-ra, battle-diddle-da, whack, battle-diddle with me, roo-rum-ra. Gentlemen, for I was tall and I was slim, and I had a leg for every limb. 1, 2, 3, but now I've got no legs at all. They were both shot away by a cannonball. Everyone, with me, roo-rum-rum, battle-diddle-rum, whack, battle-diddle with me, roo-rum-rum. Oh, were you deaf, or were you blind when you left a couple of legs behind? Or was it sailing on the sea? Lost your 2 fine legs from the ground to the knee. With me, roo-rum-rum, battle-diddle-go, whack, battle-diddle with me, roo-rum-rum. All the guys. Oh, I was not drunk or neither blind when I left my 2 fine pins behind. When up came a bloody great cannonball, shot away Miss Eva's skins and all. Go with me, roo-rum-ra, battle-diddle-do, whack, battle-diddle with me, roo-rum-ra.
Falsetto, ladies, or head boys?
One more time. Here we go. With me, roo-rum-rum, battle-diddle-do, whack, battle-diddle with me, roo-rum-rum. With me, roo-rum-rum, with me, battle-diddle-do, whack, battle-diddle with me, roo-rum-rum.
Hey, sorry, lovely. Have a seat. Yeah, I know that's quite high for a lot of the ladies, isn't it? When we get to the middle of the verse on the G. Well, we can change key. I prefer not to though, because it's comfortable for the gents. So that's the main thing. But we are delaying coming in as a result of that. So we still need to. And now across the raging main to the King of France and Queen of Spain. Go into your head voice, please do. Your gents falsetto. When it's too high, just go up there. All right. I'm in your octave there, ladies, and I'm an octave down usually. So use your falsetto, use your head voice on it. Sorry. And if you do that, I won't mess up the timing. All right.
I think we've just got time to sing through once more 64, Call of the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mention that, Barry. Otherwise, everyone will write a song. Okay, so thank you, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed tonight. For the final time, let's stand up and sing out a song. And hopefully everyone at home will be joining in as well with what they know of this song. It's Call of the Sea, written by Kevin, one of our very own Rogues. And for the final time this evening, the Rogues Shanty Chorus will be singing you a song. Hope you've enjoyed it, and tune in next week for a live stream of the Shanty Sessions.
Go. Since I was a nipper and fed upon a kipper, I've always wished to go to sea. There was nothing on land for what I had planned, but the sea could set me free. Could set me free, set me free,
Set me free.
I've always wished to go to sea. Big break. One, two, three, watching boats set sail, hearing every mariner's tale. I dreamt of adventure with glee. So at the age of 13, I sailed for country and queen, voyaging by royal decree. By royal decree,
Royal decree,
royal decree,
royal decree.
I dreamt of adventure with glee. With adventures aplenty, I had seen the world by 20, causing landlubbers jealousy. And I was not caught with a girl in every port, never brought down upon one knee. Upon one knee, never on one knee, causing landlubbers jealousy. Now wherever I roam, I can call it my home, but I know it's only temporary. As my mistress, the ocean, has provoked every emotion, she will always be the one for me. The one for me, she's the one for me, but I know it's only temporary. The one for me, the one for me, the one for me, she's the one for me, but I know it's only temporary.
Lovely. Okay, grab a seat, won't you?
It's been tuning in tonight.
Well, look, we're done. We are done now. So, thank you very much. If you go away and you think, should we have done this, or did we need to do this? I'm talking about control measures. Thing. Get in touch with us. We're, as we mentioned earlier, this will be a big learning curve for us, and we've put in place things that we think, and we've thought a lot about it. But you know, we might think of more. Okay. Next session will be in 2 weeks. Next Tuesday we'll be doing a live stream, as we have been. It'll be number 30. If you go away and either you find that you've got some symptoms, some COVID symptoms, that's all we're interested in, or you are contacted by Track and Trace as a result of somewhere else you've been or something else you've done, please let Paul or I know immediately. Okay. I mean, apart from that, I just want to say thank you very much. It definitely feels like, whether it's ballroom dancing or back to school or Shanty Chorus's re-meeting, we have to put some things in place and just try it, to encourage and reassure other people that we're taking it seriously and we're respecting it for everyone's safety. So we might find that next session we got a lot more than 24 people would like to come along. We'll see, but
we might also find that we have to make some slight tweaks. But as far as we feel, this feels right to us, certainly.
Yeah.
And we'd like to thank you very much for all of your efforts in making this work, and observing things like the social distancing, the hand gel as you come in. We know these are all important things, but we must stress it to keep everyone safe, and also to keep our funders, People's Health Trust, happy with the way that we're proceeding in these sessions again.
And could I just give a quick mention to a show that Paul and I are doing, which is Songs of Remembrance on Remembrance Sunday here from Matinee. We did put a flyer in every seat. We put it out with a glove, okay, a single flyer. It's booking now, but it's limited capacity, so 35 seats or something. So if you'd like to come along, we'd love to see you. And thanks in advance. But if you haven't got a flyer, I think there's some individually laid out on the bar that you could just grab one and go. Sandra, yeah.
I'd just like to thank everybody here for all the hard work that you've put in, setting everything up.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. course, yeah.
I feel quite comfortable. I don't think it's really else.
Thank you, Simon.
We did give you an extra cushion though, didn't we, Simon?
All the way through the lockdown as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, oh, well.
Kept me going, I'm sure it kept me going.
If you have 2 minutes, I'm just going to whip through the comments from the people that couldn't be with us tonight. That goes for.
Don't read that one out that says what a load of old rubbish, will you?
Well, they all say that, Stephen. One from Gillian Lamprey. Really enjoyed this evening. Thank you. I'm sure we all look forward to seeing Gillian as soon as things ease a little bit and we can welcome everybody back. Jackie Draper says has been great. Thanks. I think she means it's been great. She's been great just to have a bit of time to herself. Bill Lyman says thanks, fellas, and I think he means ladies as well. Monica Manning, great evening. Thank you, Paul, Stephen, Andy, and not forgetting the Rogues. You can't forget the Rogues. We've tried. Chris Collins, it's been lovely to hear and see all you Rogues. Thank you all for a great evening's music and laughter. Upbeat evening, just what was needed. Thanks all, says Steve Fingleton. Jade Lazarus gives 3 rounds of applause. Chris Collins gives 3 as well. And Linda Boyce says, well done for all your hard work, making sure everyone is safe. Very much appreciated. Thank you, everyone. Really enjoyed tonight. So thank you, everybody.
Just before we go, especially for our members who are not with us tonight, that we know, at least the ones we know watching, Monica, Gillian, and Anne, would anyone be up for me switching the camera? And while we're masked up, giving a quick wave? Of course we would, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll put mine on.
Is that all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what our roads look like. They're socially distanced. We can only fit 24 people in at the moment. We would be much swollen in terms of numbers normally, but these are the 24 that got in there first. So if you'd like to join us in 2 weeks' time,
Booking is open now.
booking is open now. Sheila Youngman is waving to everybody. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Sheila, yeah. Thank you, everyone.